let's go to book 2, Earth. This is like where season 1 had mostly the like solo, like individual stories that builds character. This one had more of like a connective story that had multiple episodes that followed multiple arcs.
Again, so this is their intention,
and that's fair, and it's fair. That's what I'm saying, because that's what Drew was saying.
Because Earth again, because they say because Earth is the substance. The substance of the show is like how you connect stuff. I'm dead ass. They've said this in interviews. I'm not coming up with this shit. I'm not.
This man Shaq coming out with some gems.
We know you're
I'm
not.
not coming up with
These are some.
They're
gems though.
Interviews.
They are gems though. You're right.
So Earth is the element of substance. So the substance of a good show is like the connectivity of the stories and being able to build like the plot. That's like I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. This is there were some solo episodes like especially the first 4 episodes where they Aang goes after he uses his avatar state against the Fire Nation in the Northern Water Tribe. He this Earth master, this general. He was like trying to get him to use the avatar state and not focus on the elements. And then he tries to make him angry, so he tries to like bury Katara alive. But then then it all goes wrong. It
doesn't work. Yeah.
And then you have the Cave of the Two Lovers. That's the hippies are funny.
You got to sample that on your next factory.
All right. Then they go back to Omashu. Then they show Boomy. He's able to earthbend with his face. That's tight.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, in Avatar, I feel like King Boomy is the best earthbender, like straight up earthbender. But Toph is just a better, like, all around because she can metal.
I think she's just more gifted because she's blind.
Yeah,
so she had to draw. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
And then she also learned from the Badger.
She was able to metal bend.
Yeah, she learned from the source, which we learned.
Yes, she did.
Which we later learned means you're cold. If you learn from the source of whatever you're doing, you're cold. That's what we later learned.
Yeah.
I remember they were saying like
the dragons.
Iroh learned from the dragons. Yeah.
Warrior thing, he's supposed to
and then usually the avatars, not the avatars, the air nomads learn from the bison. But I don't know, did the Water Nation learn from something?
They learn from the moon. The moon. Because the moon like pushes like waves back and forth.
Yeah.
Which don't really make sense. But I just went with it as a kid, so I was like, all right.
I mean, that's kind of how tides work.
I was saying, Firebenders learn from dragons. And people learn from the moles, but you learn from the moon. I guess that's cool. I guess.
I mean, if they said it was the lion turtle, that would have made sense too. But
that would have been cooler. But everyone else learned from a cool animal, and you learn from
you learn from a planet. Like
it's not a planet.
The moon not a planet.
It's a moon.
The moon is a rock.
The moon is a rock.
You'll learn from a rock.
Yeah. Also, like this is like where we like Avatar Day, like we kind of see the origin of Kyoto. Well, not the origin, but like the story.
Yeah.
That was pretty tight as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that episode had me dying, bro.
Yeah, no, Kyoshi. I'm gonna say this. Kyoshi's a top 5 real nigga in the show. I'm gonna say that, and I don't think that can be true. Kyoshi's a real nigga. Then remember when they were trying to prove Kyoshi's innocence, and he turned to Kyoshi, wearing a clothes. He turned
I killed him.
I did it, and I'm proud. Yeah.
So I'm sad, like, bro, you're not hurting me, bro. I'm the Avatar.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Right, and then the next episode, Toph. Toph is my personal favorite. I really like Toph. She has like that dry, sarcastic humor, and her ability to like earthbend as a blind person is just really cool. And then like also, I mean, 2 of my favorite characters are blind. I got Daredevil and I got Toph, so that's tough.
Daredevil.
You trying to tell something, so?
Toph is full Daredevil. We're not talking about that though.
You said what?
Right.
Toph what?
Toph is full Daredevil. We're not gonna talk about that though.
I mean, she has superpowers.
Yeah, she's a bender.
Okay, so does he.
Oh, Toph's also a top 5 bro nigga. Maybe being tough on Ronin has to do with being Earthbender. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, Jet a top 5 real nigga, but we
No,
Nah,
he's
no,
not.
no, he's not. You can't be
All
rude
right,
enough, Cole.
all right,
No,
all right.
yeah.
Stop bringing up that weakness name, bro. We have to censor his name now.
Then the next episode was Zuko alone. Like that was like Zuko is going through like a village. So he left Iroh, and
I know
he's going through a
he had
town.
the dual swords where it had like
Yeah, and then he had his little fight, and then eventually he got the fire out of his hands, and then everybody started hating him. That was kind of petty for like the family too. It's like I'll give you my swords. It's like I hate you. It's like he saved your life, my guy.
But at the same time, it was.
There's
I
this
like
xenophobia. It makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. I like the way that they had Zuko go off on his own to kind of show that, like, he kind of needed to learn without Iroh there to tell him to try and show him, and just for him to learn from his own experience that the Fire Nation isn't all that they say it is. Like,
now that I'm realizing, we have
yeah,
skipped a lot of Zuko's arc so far, but yeah, we'll still. Like I'm just realizing that we are kind of muddling over Zuko's arc, but we will especially get to that in season 3, especially where the big thing happens. Yeah,
I'll say season 2 they definitely started it. Like there are times when they started Zuko looking kind of good.
Yeah.
And the season finale, it's like,
and they also had Azula to contrast him, where Azula was like, she was just straight up like just crazy, like. Compared to Zuko was like more on the edge, and then Azula was just straight up completely Fire Nation, and
she's lost basically.
Yeah.
Then we got the library with the owl, and that was I found that really fun as well. The owl was kind of. Did they bring it back in Korra? I remember hearing about that.
I mean, I don't care. I don't know. I don't care.
But
I don't want it.
All right.
Yo does not like Korra at all.
But it was good in Avatar. I'll just say that. But like this was also where they learned about the solar eclipse is coming in 3 months, I think. And then this is like also this was a good thing for. This is like for Sokka's moment in terms of like him planning out. Showing like because like he was like a decent strategist, but like then eventually like the what do you call it? Like like knowing the solstice, my God, and trying to plan according to that. Then it's a good starting point for that. And then this is also where Appa disappears, and
yeah. We get one. I think arguably this is my second best episode of the series.
The series?
The Tales of Boxing Say.
Yeah. Tales of Boxing.
Seriously? I mean, the uncle part was
like almost like an acclaimed episode because of the Iroh like part of.
I mean, I know, but it was only like
because we always
only like 5 minutes though.
Yeah, it wasn't long.
The series was talking about how he left and he's like a failure and all this other shit. So it was like it kind of like he resembles Zuko, but again, it was like deeper than that. Like him just giving up at Boxing Say or whatever.
Yeah, it's like I suppose. Yeah.
I mean basically that was also the last episode of the original voice actor Mako. Then he passed away after that episode, The Tales of Boxing Say. And he did a phenomenal job, and rest in peace to him. And then he had an apprentice named Greg Baldwin who voiced it after his like passing, and I thought he did a pretty good job as well.
I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell that
he was a different voice. So yeah, he did a really good job as well. Props to him. Yeah, and the Tales of Boxing says like it's like you see how kind-hearted Iroh is, and like how he really like everybody like forces the Fire Nation is bad. Fire Nation is bad, and he's just the complete opposite of what you expect from the Fire Nation, and like. He's even like teaching like a thief how to properly like steal from someone. Like his stance was like really bad, and like how and he was just trying to teach him how to do that. And then
he gave him
when he was crying.
Yeah, he gave him hope to become a masseuse, right?
Yeah.
And then he said, "You don't seem like a thief." So
Yeah, and then he had his little song "Leaves from the Vine." That was also really good as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's yeah, I enjoyed that episode. Um, then you had like Appa's lost days, like where Appa was, because like Appa was gone for like almost half the season basically,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, and
also
then
it showed how they had to move without. How do you guys feel about
the Serpent's Pass.
not the Serpent's Pass, the Knowledge Temple with the bird spirit or whatever.
You mean the?
And how the professor just died, because that's the first time we get to see the Lotus tile, the White Lotus tile.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually, no. They've been hinting at it for a while.
It was
actually.
like
with Iroh, we see a lot with Iroh.
Yeah, right. Iroh.
They were all in the desert, and then it was Zuko and Iroh, and that's when we went with the White Lotus, and then it was the other people were like at the
yeah, right. Yeah, it was good.
And at the time, you don't know that the White Lotus actually means something, but in season 3, they're like the hardest.
Season 3,
Well, you knew that it did something where like it changed people's opinions because at times they couldn't get in, and Iroh showed them the coin. He was like, "All right, come in." Say, "What the hell?"
You said, "All right, all right, come in." You know, they was trying to get Jet for the White Lotus, but you know he died.
They really weren't, but you know it's okay.
Yeah. So.
And
then also like you see like in these episodes like how the gang had to like the Avatar squad, they had to like travel without Appa, and like you see like Aang is like completely broken as like mentally, like he's like lost his faith in everything, and like Katara's trying to make him feel better, but like he just can't like accept like, you know, life without Appa. But then like you have the Serpent's Pass, then you have like the pregnant family, and then they get their kid, and and then that's what reawakenings that hope of, you know, there is a purpose of my life that I need to, you know, focus on, and Appa is gone, but I got to learn how to move on without him. So that was like it was a good arc for Aang in those spans of episodes. The drill where the Fire Nation is like trying to break into the wall of Ba Sing Se. That was good action as well.
No, I like that episode because it forced the experts, it forced Toph and Katara to work together because they had beef.
Yeah, so they had a lot of issues together.
They had a lot of beef,
like,
yeah.
They had to like work together to bend the sloth or the slurry, whatever. Yeah.
Because like the thing about Toph was like she's used to being on her own because she's blind anyway. So like she didn't like being told what to do, and like they go more further into it with the scams episode in season 3.
In season 3, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah, and then everything with Ba Sing Se was fire. Like the Judy, the Dai Li, bro, like, the brainwashing.
Judy, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Judy a real one too. I'm not gonna lie.
Judy. That's funny.
Yeah, so I found it like funny, like with like how every time they kept trying to talk about the war with the other citizens, and like Judy's like right behind them, like shaking her head, is like no.
Yeah,
like yeah, and then like you see like Long Fang when they like take her in, and she's like maybe like she was having like a little bit of doubt, like just like a tiny bit, and then it's like he says like this line, and then what was it, Lake Laogai or something?
Yeah, you're invited to Lake Laogai. That's
and then
like I'm good.
Then that's basically the hypnotic thing, and then he gets Jet with that thing too. So yeah,
for weak-minded people.
All right, don't do that. Don't do that.
Are you back? Are you back? It's weak.
Niggas
strong willed got hit by that though.
Exactly.
Yeah, then this is also like where you bring back Jet, and he's teamed up with Zuko and Iroh, and like he kind of sees like Iroh like heating up his tea, and then he gets
And he goes crazy again.
He gets really crazy, and
yeah, he was
heating
up his tea.
We get one of the best jokes of the series.
What's one of the best jokes of the
series when Zuko hits his tea out his hands, is like, I know we shouldn't cry about spilled tea.
Exactly.
Actually, my favorite joke, one of my favorite jokes actually comes from Ozai. Go figure.
What is it?
What did he say?
It's in season 3. When we get to season 3, I'll talk about it.
Okay. All right, keep that in mind. All right, and yeah, and then you also get the moment where they save the Earth King and like all that, and Longfeng is in jail. Then the group gets like little mails about like letters from about their families or like different things, and they all split up. Aang, well, not Aang, but like they all split up. And, also, before that, Appa comes back, and yeah, that was a really good moment as well.
And then we saw Zuko freedom because at the Lake Lago episode,
man, Zuko freedom. And this is like Iroh finally got to Zuko in terms of actually committing to a good deed.
He's like, "What are you gonna do? You're gonna kill the?" He was like, that was one of Iroh's most like powerful teaching moments. I mean, it didn't work because at the end of the season, Zuko folded back to
yeah.
But it is what it is.
But it seemed like he wasn't gonna fold though.
Right. Yeah, and then like it was like good to see Appa come back after so many episodes gone. And then it's like then
it
the
also
group
like shows how much they relied because it also shows how much they relied on him because like if you think about it, for season 1
that's how they traveled basically
to the North Pole in like 1 year, and then season 2 these niggas got stuck and like these niggas didn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
That's actually true.
Stopping the call walking.
So they went the entire distance of the Earth the first season and couldn't go nowhere the second season. It was actually hilarious.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, and then so then the gang splits up. Toph gets captured by her parents' bounty hunters, basically.
That's
and then
tough.
that's where she
learns when she learns how to metal bend.
That's where she learns how to metal bend.
And the way that they did it. Wait, hold on. The way that they did it was so tough because at the same time, the guru that Aang was with was explaining the difference between the elements and how there was really no difference. And then at the same time, Toph is like hitting the metal, and then I was just like, "Oh shit!" And then she just opens it. I was like, "Damn!"
My god!
Like when she hit it and she saw the minerals.
Yeah, exactly. And at the same time, the guru was explaining that to Aang, and it was like overlapped on top. It was just perfectly done. Like
it's great editing too.
Yeah, it was just crazy.
The movies can't do that, but it is what it is. But yeah, So the Aang goes with the guru. Katara stays in Ba Sing Se with the Earth King. Sokka goes to find his dad. Sokka's like trying to prove to his dad that he's a brave leader. He can be like a brave soldier, like a good leader. And what's his name? Hakoda, like he just, I always believe that you can do it, and it's good. It's like I like my dad. It's a good dad moment. So yeah.
Why you say like that?
I don't know what else to say. It's not really a conversation to talk about, but yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah. So you have that, and then this is what fucked me in the head. Like the first time I watched it, it's like, oh shit, Kyoshi Warriors are back, but it's not the Kyoshi Warriors. It's Azula's squad.
Bro, and they zoomed in.
Bro. When I saw it the first time as a kid, I was so shook. I was like, "Oh shit!
How did they get here?"
Yeah,
exactly. But then in Appa's stories, it told you how they captured the Kyoshi Warriors. Yeah. Like just before that,
bro.
Loki, I actually thought they killed them, but like I should have known better that they wouldn't do that. But like, I mean, it was still tight though. Yeah, but like, yeah, it shook me like when I first saw it. It's like, oh, I know Suki. She's my girlfriend. She's like, she's really good. And the Kyoshi Warriors, you can trust them. It's like good. And then you see them, and the faces pop up. It's like, yeah, that was fire.
Yeah.
And then you see Azula. She basically manipulates the hell out of Longfang and the Dai Li, like easily.
Yeah.
Like
the Dai Li were weird because at times they were cold, and at other times they were like not cold. I was like, what are you doing? Like the Dai Li like captured Katara and Sokka easily.
I mean, they even said like she's like terrifying but inspiring at the same time.
That's what I'm saying.
They couldn't hang with Toph. No, the Dai Li looked weak as hell whenever they fought Toph.
Yeah. They couldn't hang.
That's literally the reason.
Yeah, Toph is fire.
She a real bitch. Come on.
Okay.
What?
who's a bitch?
Toph, apparently.
What?
Oh no! What? That don't even make sense. All right,
and the positive, you know how people be like, "Oh, bitch," you know that's how.
No,
nah, we don't talk.
You can't. You can't really talk that way. Like,
I don't think males talk that way. Bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you go off.
On Jeff's grave, I can't. On Jeff's grave, I can't.
Okay.
You'll say Jeff's grave.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
really
then,
how you feel, bro.
Yeah. And then you have Aang. He's like trying to like learn how to open his chakras so that he can I'm sorry, it's my Indian. It's like we say chakra, but they say chakras in the show. So I'll just do that.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah. So like he's trying to open them, and the last thing is like attachments to the world, and like his attachment is a Katara, and then when he's told to let her go, he doesn't want to do that. Which is like the thing is like the concept like for Indian culture is like with avatars is like they are allowed to have worldly connections to the world because they're meant to like come back to the world and to help humankind. So it's fine for them to have these connections. Like for a monk, so like for example, like Guru Patik, he's not able to do that because he's like an actual sage and they don't have that requirement in their life. So yeah, that's kind of like a culture thing. But yeah, so like it's like something that he doesn't fully need to understand, but it's also understandable in Aang's point of view because like
wait, where did he come from?
The guru, he said that he had a vision, and then that he would have to help Aang, and then he went to the temple.
I remember, wasn't he also?
And then Appa
found him.
Found him.
Wasn't he also like friends with Monk Gyatso too, or something?
Yeah,
he was old.
He was a friend of Monk Gyatso. Yeah.
So like, we just not saw. We just didn't see him in season 3, right?
Well, you had that little like you know how like Aang was like not sleeping and then he had the little vision is like chakras everybody that doesn't really count.
That counts.
That's when he came back.
I mean the thing is he's not a fighter, so the whole point of the guru is he let everything go. So
yeah,
you also let everything go.
I mean. Then that last episode, you get like everything falls to shit, and then this is like basically the Empire Strikes Back here. Like they're trying to like save the day, but Azula is just like way too smart, and she captures Zuko and Iroh. Well, not Iroh. She captures Zuko. She also captures Katara. Zuko and Katara like they go to the cave and he like explains to her. Huh?
Zuko trying to fuck, but Katara not going.
Yeah, it's like they were both like saying like, oh well, both of our mothers were gone because of this war, and like they found it relatable and all that stuff. And then
no, he's trying to relate to them cheeks. No, May wasn't giving them none at the time. He's trying to relate to them cheeks.
Katara was mad. Like I think she was mad. Like she was mad. Like impressionable in season 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
she was too trusting in every single person.
Like you could throw her a sob sword and get her to do anything, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Then Aang and Iroh, Toph and Sokka, they all team up to save the day. So then Aang saves Katara, and then they fight with Azula and Zuko. And then you get that moment with the Avatar state, and Aang is like, he's getting ready to like, he finally was trying to release Katara from his attachments, and then at that moment when he was charging up, Azula strikes him with a lightning bolt, and then you have like that. You have like the shot of her holding him in her hands, it reminded me of Under the Red Hood with like Batman carrying Jason Todd. So yeah, and then it was like that was like the good that was the good like what I was saying, the Empire Strikes Back moment in terms of like the heroes lose, and and then the season ends right there, and then basically Katara gives like the healing water from the northern tribe, and she was able to heal Aang.
And also, it was extremely significant because it was the reason why during the invasion, other than the fact that they weren't able to they told Azula. Also, like, the Earth Kingdom was then just destroyed completely after that, so they weren't even able to muster any forces to bring for the unfortunate, for the invasion later. So
book 2 Earth. There's just so many great things in this season.
It's substance. I'm trying to tell you, it's substance.
It's substance, I guess.
Too?
All right, then what's fire?
Really had like a lot of stuff.
Fire is life. The whole purpose.
I forgot what it was.
The whole fire is the element of life. The whole point of the season is to preserve life.
Preserve life.
Jack dropping. I've
never
seen Jack dropping.
And desire to achieve.
In the Sun Warriors episode, they say it. Think about it. It starts off with Combustion Man trying to kill him. They have to save themselves, and then they go on the little trips to where they have to save Suki and Hakoda, right?
Yeah.
And then also the Day of Black Sun, that was also there. They stormed in, which are called they had no fire bending. It was actually a trap. So and in order to preserve life, which are called, because they knew it was a trap, all the old people had to go to jail, and all the young people were like going to the whatever air temple or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And then
this is like and
then later on in the episode, we learn about Phoenix Ozai's what is it on the beach on a second beach episode? They learn about Phoenix Lord Ozai's plan to like just wipe out the like everything, and then the Aang is like, oh my god, I can't kill him. He's trying to preserve Ozai's life. That was like the whole purpose of the season. And then another thing that like in the Sun Warriors episode, the Sun Warriors episode where they have to keep they were talking about how it's like a heartbeat, and you have to keep the flame from going out. That's basically like an analogy for the whole season.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. If you like movies, TV shows, comics, and video games, support the channel by clicking the like button, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications. Also, share the video and check out the YB podcast, where we talk basketball, movies, TV shows, and anything that comes to mind. Links in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Peace.